everyone, my name is Zelda and I'd like to welcome you back to Zelda Sews. Today is what's on my sewing table, and right now it does look clear because I have what I want to talk about in front of me, but I do have plans to sew for this week, and just plans. So the first thing, I know I showed you my skirt that I made, the linen skirt, but I have taken it apart. I've taken off the waistband because I measured and I needed 5 centimeters removed from my waistline in order for it to fit me without falling off, I think. So what I've done, I've completely taken off the waistband, and I have opened up 4 of the darts. So the front 2 and the 2 in the back that are lateral, more lateral, not the medial in dart, furthest out. And I divided that up by 4, and it came out to 1.25 centimeters added to each dart. Well, I can't get 1.25, but I can get 1.2. And so what I'm going to do is add 0.6 of a centimeter on each side to total 1.2 for each dart, and that will total up just under 5 centimeters. I may go a smidgen wider or reduce a smidget more so that it will be nice and secure on my waistline. But that is what I have been doing. I unpicked it, and I had a nice little relationship with my seam ripper. My seam ripper is it's broke. It's got a crack in the lid. The seam ripper is fine, but the cap has a crack in it, and I have a tape around it, and I keep saying, I'm going to get a new one. But I look at it and I said, you know, we have gone through so much, and I don't want to get rid of you right now. So I still have that seam ripper. But I went through this. I did not tear anything or punch a hole through with the pointy side. My granddaughter was looking at that. Can I help? And I said, not with this. This one is a little bit too pointy and sharp, and I don't want you to go through the fabric. But I let her, my husband lets her embroider. Like he will start the needle and she'll pull it through. And so she gets a chance to craft with us. So that, on my sewing table, that is something I'm going to be working on this week. My pillowcase, this is a store-bought pillowcase, and I like it because it's like a satiny type. Well, it's very old now. It's lost its luster, but it's very good with not catching my hair, even though I wear a bonnet on, and I also have some type of pillowcase that will not disturb my hair, that's not cotton. And the zipper broke. The zipper broke on it. And the first thing I said was, oh, I got to go buy another one. I said, wait a minute. Why don't you try fixing the zipper? So that's what I'm going to do this week. I have clipped it back into place, and all I have to do is stitch this back, and I didn't finish clipping this in place, but all I have to do is sew this back in, and then I'll have a pillowcase, and I don't have to buy another one for a while or make one. I am going to make one because the fabric I picked up for my skirt, my slip, that will work for a pillowcase, nice and soft and shiny. It says polyester, and I know they say silk or will work on the hair, but anything that's silky type will work. It's fine. So that is on the table. Another thing, Cherie Thomas from Cherie Thomas, she made a video using a printer she purchased and started documenting her sewing journey on actual paper. Just in case, she mentions that if you lost everything, if I lost all of my photos on Google Drive, on photos and things I actually have on Google Drive, if my channel were to be shut down, I don't have any documentation physically on paper to say, hey, this is what I did. So I did not purchase. My son purchased a printer for me, and it's sitting over there. It's a Canon G3270. Hold on, let me look. Yes, Canon 3270. I bought it because I liked it had ink bottles versus cartridges, and you save on ink, and the price of the ink, it was pretty reasonable. So I decided to choose that printer so that I can print my patterns, my independent patterns, because I like them. They are more for my shape, and I wanted a new printer, so my son bought that for me, so I'm so excited. I went and bought some paper, some photo paper, and I have printed out some beautiful pictures. I printed out my wedding picture that I had, and I'll put that here. I made that dress 27 plus years ago, and I'm so proud that I did that. I can't believe I did that. And that was a self-drafted dress. Okay, but yes, the paper, I just bought this off of Amazon. You get 50 sheets, and it was about $10. It wasn't that expensive. And I have printed out, and I purchased some frames off of Amazon. Just these, it was a set of 12 for I think $13 or $14. It wasn't that expensive. And I have printed some, put them downstairs, and then I am going to get a scrapbook to put in pictures. I'm going to do one of me and my husband and I, however you say that, and our journey. I'm going to do one for sewing and one for my children and grandchildren. So I'm going to be busy printing, and I am excited about that. So those were the things that were on my sewing table. And one last thing that was on my sewing table. Oh, trying to measure out 6/10 of a centimeter. I tried to, you can use this, but it's so tiny, and I don't know, trying to see the marks is very difficult. So I gave up on these two metal ones, but these are good for drawing your dart lines. I used my tape measure because it breaks it down into tenths, so you can have, well, you can't see one because one is hidden with the metal, but you can start at 2 and count that as 1 and count down 6 lines, and that will be 6/10 of a centimeter. Math lesson for today. Okay, And I purchased this. Jenny Rushmore's Sewing the Curve. My first pattern dress that I made was my Rivermont dress. And I absolutely loved that dress. And, geez, okay. I purchased this because it said, learn how to sew clothes to boost your wardrobe and your confidence. When you make a dress or a shirt or a skirt or underwear, anything, t-shirt that you've made and it fits you well, it makes you feel good, and it just kind of gives you that boost in your confidence. For me, it does. When I made this dress, I love this caftan dress. This is my favorite, my happy dress that I like. And I wear it around the house because it's just very comfortable and flowy, and it feels great. I'm sitting here going, you can't see me doing that, but I'm going flowy with the skirt. But my Rivermont dress, I've made 3, and I love the way it fits. I love that I didn't have to do a full bust adjustment on it. I don't mind doing full bust adjustments, but it's nice that you don't have to, because you have the option of going from a C cup to a G cup with Cashmerette patterns. And this book, it gives you 6 full-size patterns in sizes 12 to 32 US and 16 to 36 UK. And it gives you, in the back of the book, back here, also you have the option, if you purchase the book, to get the PDF downloadable code to print them, and I guess you can do them in layers at that point. I have not ventured into that yet. I just received the book, so I haven't even done anything except for glance at the first page, and there was a nice little message in here, happy sewing, Jenny. I thought that was nice. And that is it. It's not a very busy week, but it's enough. Oops, I pulled my bookmark out of my Bible. You're not getting away without a scripture. No, no, no. I wasn't going to say that yet, but it just came up, and I thought, I pulled my marker out of there. But it's a good enough week and busy enough week to do things. Look through this book, see how I like it. I probably will not pull out the paper pattern, but I will definitely access the downloadable code, because there's 2 dresses in here that I want to try that I think they look very comfortable, so I'm going to try that. Okay, but the scripture, the verse is from the book of John, chapter 1, verse 3. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. Not anything made that was made. So that's a good word. Thank you so much for watching and hanging around to the end of this. And let me know what's on your sewing table. I would love to know. Use the hashtag, what's on my sewing table, and share what's on your sewing table. God bless you. Have a wonderful rest of your week. And I will see you in the comments, and you'll see me on my next upload. Bye for now.